and good afternoon, and thank you for clicking in today at etbusports.net, at goetbutigers.com. Welcome to this edition of the ETBU Extra Show. Hello, I'm Mike Mitke, voice of the Tigers. Beautiful day in Marshall, Texas, and a beautiful day to come by CC's Pizza and join us live on the show each Wednesday. You have the buffet and the drink, all for just $5. It's a savings off the regular price when you come and enjoy the great pizza and all they have and the trimmings they have here at CC's Pizza. Come today on the show, we're going to talk Tiger football, Tiger baseball, Tiger tennis, Tiger softball, Tiger track and field. We're going to talk Tiger sports today, but first of all, we need to say Tigers win, Tigers win. Why? Yesterday, the ETB Board of Trustees elected a new president, and we welcome our new president on board, Dr. J. Blair Blackburn, and his family, his wife Michelle. His kids are Taylor, Blair, and Parker. Dr. Blackburn, for the last 20 years, has been at Dallas Baptist University. In the last 13, has served as the executive vice president on that campus. Looking forward to Dr. Blackburn and his family joining the ETB family on the Hill when he becomes office hours, so to speak. Not officially going to start till June, but my understanding is he'll be around campus until then. So congratulations to the Blackburn family. Congratulations to us, ETB Tiger family, because we have a new president in Dr. J. Blair Blackburn. I want to give us some news before we talk to Josh Eargle, the head coach of the ETBU Tigers. Congratulations to Shelby Parker. She pitches for the Lady Tiger softball team. Today, she was named as the National Pitcher of the Week from the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association. She also garnered the American Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Week. Why? Because she's having an outstanding year in the circle, and she is 5-2 on the year. The Lady Tiger softball team is currently ranked number 3 in the nation, right behind UT Tyler. Number 1, of course, is Tufts, as has been all season. Lady Tigers are on the road today. That's why Janae Shirley is not with us on the show today. They're traveling up to Arkadelphia to play a game against Ouachita Baptist, which is an NCAA Division II school, so kind of playing up a division here in a non-conference game. So congratulations to Shelby Parker being named the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Fastball Pitcher of the Week. And, of course, the Tigers continue to roll. The Lady Tigers do. Their next home series is April 14th and 15th against Louisiana College. Make plans to be at Taylor Field. All right, now let's bring in the head coach of Tiger football, Joshua Eargle. And Coach Eargle, I know right now you're in what they call spring football, but folks in Texas say football never ends.
That's right. It's always a great day for some football, and our guys have been working hard all spring semester, and to be able to finally get out there with them when we have 16 practices, we can get out there with them and put some work in, and just what a great spring we've had. And it's all credit to the young men we have on our roster and the work they've been putting in, and where their focus is and what they want to do this upcoming fall.
Now, at the NCAA Division III level, you're not allowed to put pads on and do
Right.
like NCAA Division I. Kind of tell me what you have to do. It's just kind of a scaled-down spring version of football.
Right. You get 16 practices where, typical spring practice, I guess, if you went to a Division I school, is 15 padded practices, and they got different stipulations on their pads they can use there too. But with us, with having no equipment, ours is more work on change of direction and agility and speed development, and just allowing our coaches to be around those guys and get them progressing and be sure that they're where they need to be at this point in the year, but also setting the tempo for what they're going to do on their own in the summer, their summer months training, and showing up August 12th ready to get going.
Being a former football player yourself, how is it important for your football team to really take care of those workouts during the summer months?
Oh, yeah. It's actually more important than the actual workouts during the season. I mean, there's no way you can allow your body to get out of shape or to get uncallous, so to speak, is the way we kind of put it in the coaching world. But it's a year-round deal now. And so for an athlete to play on the college level, he's got to buffet his body. He's got to make his body his slave, and he's got to work it and hone his craft 12 months out of the year. And our guys are doing a phenomenal job of doing that. I like where they're at right now. We've got a big summer ahead of us as they move forward and they finish up finals and they get out of here next couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. We need to work really hard May, June, July, and we need to show back up in August and ready to go and ready to do something special this fall.
How was your recruiting class, the players that have said that they're going to come to play football next year at ETBU? Of course, we don't know until they show up for your camp, but how was recruiting for your overall coaching staff this past spring?
You never know how that class turns out. I mean, you really kind of know, 3 or 4 years down the road, but the excitement around this recruiting class has been enormous for us as a coaching staff. Since day one we got here 2 years ago, we've been really trying to ramp up the recruiting calendar, so to speak. And we don't want to start on signing day. We want to finish on signing day. And we had a phenomenal day with the sheer number and the quality of individuals that we were able to sign and add to the Tiger family. And we're excited about all those young men joining us in August and getting started. And those new names to us, to the Tiger family, becoming familiar names, being talked about on the radio and on the internet and on in the newspapers as we get going with this fall.
Visiting with Josh Eargle, head football coach at East Texas Baptist University. The Tigers have been in spring drills, NCAA Division III style. Coach, I noticed a tweet last week from Scotty Walden that the team received something in the mail from the NCAA. It was a nice plaque that named you the NCAA statistical champion as the team last year who led all NCAA Division III schools in passing yards per game at 368.1 yards per game. Can we expect that next year?
I sure hope so. I mean, we're going to put it on Coach Walden and say, hey, we want the same results. NCAA does just a phenomenal job of just rewarding our student athletes and rewarding schools and their member institutions. And when you win those statistical categories, it's just kind of something else you kind of hang in the field house and put in your trophy case, so to speak. We all want the wins and losses, and we want the win and loss column to always be in our favor with the wins. But it's always good to see the benefits of all that hard work in that passing game. And we're just a few yards from getting another plaque offensively for being the number one offense in the country. We were number 2 this year, and that was an improvement from 22nd the year before in our first year. So really excited with the meat and potatoes of that offense coming back, so to speak. We've got to replace some key pieces up front on the offensive line. We're going to miss those individuals. But with Warburton coming back and some really good quarterbacks that are out there working, coming back, and then you've got the pieces like Bates in the slot and some good young receivers that we've been kind of grooming, that we've been recruiting for a while. We're really, really excited about the offense that's coming back from this past season, and hopefully we can build on that and continue that success in the passing game and in the running game and as an offense in general.
Now, I know, being a friend of yours and spending a lot of time with you as the voice of the Tigers, not only are you teaching your young men how to excel in the football field, but you also teach them how to excel in life. And I know a couple of weeks ago you had your team out participating in ETBU Cares.
Right.
Talk about that project that helped the community of Marshall.
I just really, that's been a big part of ETBU. It's been a big part of ETBU athletics for a long time. And so what an exciting time for us to just get together as a football team and just really serve locally. Our project that we were able to help out with as a football program, we were able to go to Day Springs Ranch and help out that facility is going to be open. There's several different groups that are going to be helped with that therapy. But the one we sold to our guys that we really tried to help out were disabled veterans. And that care and that therapy they're going to be able to receive at Day Springs Ranch is going to be phenomenal, and just so many different types of ways they could be helped in their lives. And it's just without us seeing names and faces, to see those 18 to 22-year-old young men just giving back is really, really important for us. And with our program goals, those things we talk about in the fall and stuff, but I talk with our guys year-round on those things, and those things will never change. And the first one being a man of character, you can win at that every day. There's not an off season for being a man of character, and it's really important for us to develop those characteristics that we want to see in our society and coming out of our young men in our football program. And just giving back and realizing that this world's a lot bigger than just me is a big deal sometimes for young men. And I think we've got a good group of guys that really understand that and in several different ways want to give back to our community. And Marshall's been so good to ETBU and our football program and our athletic department that it just only makes sense for us to get involved as much as we can.
I was out there briefly at Day Spring Ranch watching your Tigers work out, and some of the offensive linemen picked up this big log and said, "We're going on 3," and they went on 1. So I said, "Don't make the snake count 3 because I'm not going to get that far." And then one of your quarterbacks was raking one of the horse trails, and he said, "Hey, Coach Walden, look, I'm working on my 3-step drop back," as he was raking. And so not only do they have the time to help out Day Spring Ranch as a nonprofit organization in our community, they also are working on their football skills as well.
Well, they're young men. They love to have fun, and so they're always doing that. They're always having a good time. So they're a good group to be around right now. We're really, really excited about just being around them day by day.
All right, let's talk about an event that's coming up that will benefit the Tiger football program. If you like to fish, coming up is the Tiger football fishing tournament on Saturday, April 18th. Talk a little bit more about that and how it will benefit fishermen who will come in and be a part of this fishing tournament.
You bet. It's just another way for us to get out in the community and get involved, but it is a fundraiser for us. And so we would love for everybody to come out April 18th, and it's a $100 entry fee, but the prizes will be awesome. and they'll receive for that. Plus, we'll have a good time with food, fun, and fellowship, and they'll get a free lunch out of that thing after the morning fish, and just enjoy being around one another. But it's a big deal for us financially, and we always do 2 or 3 fundraisers, and that's the first one for our spring, and then we'll kind of get to our golf tournament as we get in the middle of May. But just really excited about this fishing tournament. Coach Robert Churchman's been in charge of it. We can get tons of information from Ms. Sharon Hall or Robert Churchman there at our office at the school. And but it'd just be a big help. The community get involved, and everybody who loves fish, come out and have a good time fishing.
The Tiger Football Fishing Tournament is coming up on Saturday, April 18th at Lake of the Pines at the Johnson Creek Park Day Use Area. Entry fee is $100 per fisherman. 18 years and over must have a freshwater license or participate. Any information, contact the Tiger Football Office. Now, I wonder how many Tiger football players you can get in a boat without it sinking.
Well, let's don't try. I don't want anybody going down in the middle of the lake. Let's don't have any accidents. But we'll leave that question out there hanging.
You also mentioned about the Tiger Football Golf Tournament coming in May 15th. Mark that on your date as well. If you're not a fisherman, you play golf, these are fundraisers that help the Tiger Football program. One last question, Coach. Anything you want to say before we bring in the next guest here on ETB Extra?
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Mike, this has been an awesome spring semester. And, us being a fall sport, we want to have the same success we're seeing and that we're seeing in the spring sports. You talk about Coach West starting the spring off with a great run the men's basketball team had. That was so exciting to watch them get to the Elite Eight. And now you got baseball going. I'll tell you what, you don't want to be a visiting team. Come play ETBU baseball in the afternoon. We're going to beat you. And if the softball, Janae Shirley's got them rocking and rolling. And with our track getting ramped up in its second year, the conference track meet coming up here in a couple of weeks. They got one more tune-up, I think, this weekend. But I expect great things out of that. It's just fun to be a part of all the exciting times. And now with our president being named yesterday, there's just a buzz around our campus. ETBU is a great place to be, and it's a lot of great things going on in the athletic department, and it's just fun to be a part of that family.
Well, Coach Eargle, thank you for your time today on ETB Extra. We're visiting with the head coach of Tiger football, Joshua Eargle, here on ETB Extra. A lot of things happening in the spring for Tiger football. Check out the ETBU website at goetbtigers.com to find more information about the Tiger Fishing Tournament as well as other things about all Tiger athletics. Still to come on ETB Extra, we're going to talk Tiger tennis as well as Tiger baseball, so don't go away. More from CC's in Marshall, Texas in just a moment on the ETBU Sports Net.